Bum 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 a clang a lang lang a ding a long ding a blue blue blue.
Hold up the car, stop the traffic, get out the barricades. It's time for Mickey B's Jukebox Revue.
Rock and roll is here to stay, he'll never let it die. Right here on the radio, that's the reason why. It's Mickey for you and he'll go down in history.
You're with Mickey B, and you're on the Jukebox Review. Another Tuesday night right here on MadhouseTV.com. And what a great night it is tonight, because we got the doo-wop chef himself down there in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Frankie D, how you doing tonight?
Great, Mickey. What a great show tonight.
Well, when you talk about doo-wop music, you talk about one of the greatest groups of rock and roll history, a group called the Solitaires. And, of course, we got our historian here tonight, Paul.
That's Mickey.
Aranti.
Yes.
I almost forgot your name. You look like Yul Brynner for a second. As I turned around, I thought I was watching the Moses movie over there. You know, the Ten Commandments. You know that guy.
Yeah.
Frankie, didn't he look a little bit like Yul Brynner for a second?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
What?
from here he does,
Paul
Frank.
Aranti. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Paul. The Solitaires, great group. Old Town Records. Tell us a little bit about Old Town Records.
Well, I just want to say something about the Solitaires first. One thing about the Solitaires, they recorded so many songs. I mean, they could never do the same songs twice in a show, right, Milton?
Yeah, that's true.
They recorded over about 50 singles. A very, very prolific recording career they had. But Old Town Records, of course, High Weiss
Right.
was a president, one of the first labels in the early 50s in New York. A lot of groups were on Old Town, the World Tones,
Yeah.
the Hop Tones,
Amazing.
with McFadden,
Uh-huh.
Larry Chance and the Earls, the Five Crowns, the Capris.
Tremendous label. And you said that he recorded more than 50 singles, right?
Am I right?
Yes.
And you want to know something? Him and Frankie D have something in common. You know what it was?
What?
Frankie's been single 50 different times after divorces. Am I right there, Frankie D? Hey, Frankie, what's the temperature there in Port St. Lucie, Florida today?
Right now, I would say it's about 82 degrees.
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting outside. It's still daylight. I don't know what it is like there. But I'm sitting in my courtyard looking up at a nice blue sky with some orange in it. And what a night.
You know the only
What a
difference
night
is,
to be here on the Jukebox Review.
you know the only difference is you're sitting in the courtyard and we're sitting in court getting ready for the show.
The only problem, Mick, I got a little bit of a stiff neck.
Yeah, what'd you do? Swallow a Viagra?
I guess so, and it got stuck in the back of my throat.
Okay. That's from looking at all the girls going by in Florida. In
Right,
those
all the
bikinis,
pretty girls,
you know.
right.
Yeah, you gotta watch
Can
out.
I turn to the right?
Don Cruz used to remember those days, right, Don?
Sure do.
Where were you born?
I was born in this country. I mean,
No, we know that,
I'm
but
not
which
Florida.
area? Which area?
Oh, I was born in more or less Queens.
In Queens, New York? Yeah. Milton, you came from where? Harlem?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yes. Red Clay, my man.
Did you actually start in gospel music?
Yes, I did. I sang in the church when
Uh-huh.
I was a youngster growing up in North Carolina, and from there I moved on to voice training school
Right.
because I did sing, but I had no control.
Yeah, but I hear you got a beautiful voice. You always did. You
Well,
got a great voice.
Sometimes, but every now and then the season comes in.
Well, that happens. But so you were trained, professionally trained by people teaching you how to sing?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Most of the guys that we bump into never went for any kind of voice lessons. They always seem to like just have that natural voice, you know?
Yeah.
Except when you come into probably like a Neil Sedaka or Paul Anka or those kind of guys, they probably have professional training behind it. When you listen to a guy like Frankie Avalon, who came from Philadelphia, you listen to him speak, you got to hear all that, you know, perfect diction he has, because he was trained, I mean, through those years. Like you, Paul, you know what I'm saying? A real Brooklynese accent. Or whatever. And Frankie D came from Whitestone, right, Frankie?
Actually, Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan, and then out to Whitestone.
And then on to Whitestone. Now, the Solitaires, Milton, tell me a little bit about the Solitaires. How did the Solitaires actually get started?
Well, you got to think back to 142nd Street between 7th and 8th Avenue in Catholic Church. I forgot the name of it. It was Saint something or other. And I was really not one of the originals. Herman Dunham was the lead voice singer at that time, but he was going into service. And I knew Monty Owens. He lived in the projects where I stayed. And they knew that I knew a lot of the Solitaire songs. I knew Monty personally.
Yeah.
So they asked me would I try out. I said, sure, I'll come down. But I had no idea that I was going to get called, because I had no idea that I was going to be singing with the Solitaires. It didn't matter to me. I wanted to play my basketball and my handball. Oh. So I tried out, and Pat Gaston told me, we'll give you a call in a couple of days, and we'll see what happens. There was maybe a dozen people down there trying out for the for the group, and I went on my merry way. A couple of days later, Pat called me and said, "Hey, we'd like for you to join the group." And I said, "Oh, fine." At the time, I didn't know that I was going to be a replacement, not a regular member, because when Herman came back, I was supposed to be gone. But it didn't work out that way because High Weiss had other ideas. He had two good lead singers, and he wanted to keep it that way. So that was then, and here I am today.
Now, what was when you did Walking Along? That wasn't the first song you did. You had other songs previous.
No,
to
my
Walking
first
Along,
song was I did a duo with Bobby Baylor, The Wedding.
That was a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. And following that, we did The Honeymoon. And I think the next song was my lead on The Angel Sang.
Yeah, that was another great song. Now, the flip side of The Angel Sang was which one, Paulie? You know?
So what was the part of the Angel saying, Milton?
You know, if you ask me about those B-sides, I couldn't tell you because I can't remember from day to day.
Yeah. There were a lot of songs that you guys did.
There were so many songs. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
right.
Exactly.
People don't realize it, back
Exactly.
in the days. What we're going to do, Milton, today is that we're going to talk to everybody and talk about the rock and roll history, but a group that was, of course, on your record label. Paulie, tell us a little bit about the Caprice.
Oh, the Caprice is still going strong today. Actually, that song didn't start out as a Moon Out Tonight. It started out on another label called Planet Records.
Right.
And then I got it picked up. It was actually recorded in 58. Then it was on Lost Night. Then in 1960, High Weiss picked it up, distributed it. Became like the #3 record in the country.
Yeah. Frankie D, when you first heard the Morse Code of Love, what did you think about that song? Hey, we're losing Frankie D on the voice. We're losing you, Frankie.
How's that?
Nah, cutting in and out. Let me just go to a clip. We'll come back to you. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go backstage with the Caprice. Watch this right now.
You told me that you had teardrops in your eyes. Daddy's home. Daddy's home to stay. Daddy's home to stay. Daddy's home to stay. I'm not 1,000 miles away.
Well, actually, the group we have now, we actually originated around 1957, 58.
So you had a couple of years without hits.
Yeah, the song was originally released around the end of 1958 and got re-released in 1960, November 1960.
Were you all in school together? Or did you?
No, we kind of knew each other from the neighborhood. Like the fellas had alluded to earlier, that there was a lot of subway singing. We used to have battles of the subways, and we'd be on we did everything but stand on the third rail, to hear our sound. It was great acoustical sound in the subways.
Third rail give you the high notes.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, that's how I did the end of Moon Out Tonight, right?
There's a moon out tonight. Let's go strolling. There's a girl in my heart whose heart I've stolen. There's a moon out tonight. Let's go strolling through the park. There's a cold wind never felt before. There's a girl at my side, that I adore. There's a glow in my heart I never felt before. Oh, darling, where have you been? I've been longing for you all my life. Oh, baby, I never felt this way before. I guess it's because there's a moon out tonight. Oh, in my heart I never felt before. There's a girl at my side that I adore. There's a glow in my heart. I guess it's because there's a moon out tonight. Moon out tonight. Moon out tonight. Moon out tonight.
Put your mic back on. Okay.
We're back right here on Mickey B's Jukebox Review on MadhouseTV.com. And I'll tell you something, Paulie, nothing like the Caprice, Nick Santo. We miss that guy.
He was
What a great
guy.
voice,
What
huh?
a voice he had.
And backstage, I always love backstage.
Me
We're going to be
too.
doing it on June 28th.
Can I tell you a story about Nick? Santo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nick was, as you know, a police officer.
Right.
As I was, and these guys here. And I was at a police...
All three of you, all four of you are police officers?
1, 2, 3, 4 guys right here.
Paulie?
This is the doctor right
Paulie,
here.
you're under arrest.
We were going to cut him a break. Yeah. And I was at the police academy doing a special training session for public speaking. And so they sent a bunch of officers and detectives down to, get some training and learn how to speak better to the public and all. Who's in the class but Nicky Santa Maria, right?
Yep.
Pacing up and down, pacing up and down. I thought he was like the Hulk. He was going to punch a wall out. He hated to be here. I don't know why I'm here. Jeez, I don't want to be here. Nicky was a rough guy, And so we got to talking. I says, geez, wait a minute, aren't you in the Caprice? Yeah. Oh, my God, you still singing? Nope. I says, you got to get back. Things are really jumping out there now. I don't want to be bothered with that anymore. So yours truly put the spark in him, I'm going to tell you right now.
Uh-huh.
Okay? That's the truth. And that's
Wow.
not long
Put him
after
back
that,
in there.
Nicky got back in. So,
Yeah. It's very interesting that you said you're all police officers. There were a couple of groups out there. New Beginning were all made up of police officers. There was
A lot of them.
A lot of acapella.
Yeah.
But did you meet because of the being in the same organization as a police officer? No.
Well, Al and I did.
Through the police department.
Yeah, we were in the same precinct.
Same precinct.
I got you.
And Frank
Yeah.
was in a group, New York's finest. They were all police officers.
Uh-huh.
And one of the guys in the Eternals later on,
Herman.
Herman Velez,
Yeah, right.
but they all met in the same, they worked in the same precinct, right?
Yeah. All the three of them.
You think about it, there's a
Three-
lot of guys, a lot of
Yeah.
police officers that all sing.
We had another group.
Yeah, we had a group. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Mo. Oh, Mo. Street Blues, the doo-wop
Blues.
cops.
Doo-wop cops.
Yep.
That's great.
That was with the forward precinct.
And one of the guys that's in Lola and the Saints.
Yes.
You hear of them?
Yep.
Jerry Long, the bass.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And he was a housing cop. And one day he came into the precinct for some police business, and he heard us singing upstairs, and he came upstairs, and that was the end of that. Next thing you know, we drafted him into Street Blues.
Oh, wow.
And we worked for maybe 2 or 3 years.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk more about the history of rock and roll, more about the Solitaires, a little bit later on, do a little singing. Maybe we'll even get you to do an a cappella song from the couch. How's that?
From the couch?
Right where you're sitting.
Okay.
Right in the living room. And it happens right after this on the Mickey B. Jukebox Review. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act One will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
We're right back here on MadhouseTV.com on Mickey B's Jukebox Review. Another great Tuesday night talking about doo-wop music. And, Paulie, what a night is when you talk about the Solitaires, a group that got started way, way back there, I guess.
1953, right?
In 53? No, was it 53, the Solitaires?
Forming, the whole group forming?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 53. It might have been maybe a little earlier, because I think I came in the group around 53 or 54.
That's unbelievable.
1853.
1853. He was back there. Don Cruz, tell me a little bit about you. So you come up, you start in Queens, New York.
Right.
And you started to sing with a group called Metronomes, or was that it?
No, that was later on. My influence started in Jamaica, Queens. Shep from the Heartbeats, he lived around the corner from me. And across the Liberty Park in Jamaica was a place they called Bricktown, because all the houses, apartments were made of brick. And that's where the Cleftones, majority of them lived over there. And Julius McMichaels didn't live too far from me, you know, the Paragons. And so, yeah, I was always walking around in the street and seeing these guys singing all over the place. So it was an influence to me, you know. The harmony was just unbelievable. I said, wow, this is great stuff. So kind of stayed up there. And one day I was in the park playing baseball, and I was behind the backstop watching this new pitcher, young pitcher in the team, throw curveballs. And this man came in with a radio, a Philco, with the antenna that goes up as high as the Empire State Building, weighed about 90 pounds with those batteries. And I'm listening, I'm watching the guy throw curves, and I hear he turns on the radio, and I hear this guy talking, I think it was Dr. Jive.
Yeah.
And I hear this record come on, like, unbelievable harmony, and the guy's, dear one, I love you. So turns out it was the Scarlets.
Fred Paris.
And it just sunk in. This stuff, you know how it gets you.
Yep.
Right?
Fred Paris.
Yep. And I amazing. You know, I had all the influence, so that's what started me off. The Metros didn't come till later on in the Bronx, around 1950, say 57, 58.
Now, Frank Morrow,
Yes, sir.
your beginning, it started where? You were in Brooklyn?
Well, actually, I started in Hell's Kitchen like Frankie.
You were where Frankie was?
Yeah, 59th and 10th Avenue, Harron High School, all
Yeah.
nine yards.
And
Going back a
what do you
ways.
think it was? I mean, Don just mentioned about you walk down a corner and there's a group singing here, and there's
Oh,
a group
absolutely.
singing there. You don't find that today anymore.
No.
I mean, there's nobody even doing, if they're doing hip hop or something, they're not doing it on street corner. I mean, it doesn't happen, right? I mean, this was a unique type of situation where you can walk to a corner and there's 4 or 5 guys singing on a corner. And you walk somewhere else and there's another 4 or 5.
Every neighborhood had a group.
Yeah, it was amazing. What was it? What was the thing that happens? You listen on radio and everybody goes to a corner, we all sing?
Yep. That's what it boiled down to.
It was it was actually a competition.
Yeah.
But you know,
And a way to meet all the girls that lived in the neighborhoods. And we had rivalries, believe me.
Right.
We used to battle it out with the Cadillacs.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of guys called the twins. They were called Bobby and I forgot the names, but there were 2 twins that used to hang around with Speedo, and we used to go back up in the Morningside Park and we used to have battles. Battles. It all came out even because everything was so nice, you know.
But you know what's interesting about this? I don't know of any other music. I mean, during the days of Frank Sinatra, big band, nobody's on corners doing this, right? You come up with disco music, there's nobody on corners doing this.
No.
You come up with freestyle, you come up with hip-hop, you don't see anybody doing this kind of music.
No.
This was a whole different generation of what was happening.
That's why this music is going to last forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether we work or not, but somebody's always going to be singing this music somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
you know what was exciting also, Mickey? You went to school, whether it was junior high school or high school, and you knew, these fellows, just take an example.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know, other than them being your classmates, you didn't know really what went on in their lives after school. And the next thing you know, they're on the radio. Singing a hit song, and you go, what? I didn't know you. What? That's you? My pal,
You know what's amazing about what you
amazing.
just said?
Yeah.
When you heard these guys singing on the radio, you thought they were adults.
Right.
They were 15 years old.
Exactly.
Frankie Lime, Louis Lime, 12 years old. I mean, when you listen to them, they sound like they're 32 years old.
I know, it's true.
Nobody sounded like a kid on the radio.
That's right.
Milton, you got started at what age when you were singing these songs?
My first Apollo appearance, I was 18 years old.
18 years old.
My grandmother sent me a Western Union
Yeah.
telegram saying congratulations and everything.
Yeah.
I walked on the stage and I missed the first verse of The Angel Sang. But nobody laughed. I was so nervous I thought I was going to drop.
Wow.
And the Apollo was huge. I mean, to be on the Apollo.
It was. But
huge.
during that time, people appreciated your nervousness. They knew that I was a newcomer. They knew the Solitaires were a New York group, and here I was. But Herman wasn't there. So this was more or less like my debut.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I was backstage and I was shaking like a leaf. When I walked out on that stage, Reuben Phillips was the leader of the Apollo band during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And they started the music, nice, beautiful music, and I said, the angels say. Silence, But everybody, they clapped and said, then Reuben said, hey, let's do this again.
Oh, wow.
You know what happened with me one time? I was in Camden, New Jersey. We were 3 Jewish guys in a whole black audience, right? Because we sang with Paul Simon. We were with a group called Tico and the Triumph, so I did 10 records with Paul. But Paul never traveled with us. He used to take the big gigs. If it was something in Puerto Rico, he flew down. He did it himself. We were doing everything else but it, on a tour around the country. But the thing was, I was in Camden, New Jersey, and we had a song that went this motorcycle, and I started about 3 keys too high, and you couldn't do nothing. Oh man, I was because I didn't hear nothing go off, and everybody was higher than me, and I almost killed the whole entire group. But that's what happened. But there's a lot of great stories behind the scenes, Al Grant, tell me a little bit about your memories of the Harp Tones. Tell me about that group. Quartervan. No, I know that, but tell me a little bit about the Harp Tones. Who's with the Harp Tones?
Don.
I don't want to know about Don and the Harp Tones. I want to know what your memories are of the Harp Tones themselves. The songs that they sang.
Oh, the memories.
Yes.
They kind of love. Well,
You love those songs, right?
love those songs.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell me your favorite song.
That was it. Sunday kind of
On
love.
Sunday Kind of Love. Well, the Harp Tones, Paulie, were a great group. Raul Cedar today's still over there. Willie Winfield and the guys are just amazing. Your memories about the Harp Tones.
The Harp Tones record on many, many different labels. They started out on Bruce.
Yep.
Then, as we're going to see, they were on Old Town, they were on Rammer, they were on Companion, they were on a whole bunch of labels.
Okay.
Well, we're going to watch a clip now of them singing on Sunday afternoon.
Watch this one.
On Sunday afternoon, can I come by? On Sunday afternoon, can I come by? Thank you. I'm so alone on Sunday. On that day I'm so lonely. I saw you yesterday, and my heart stood still. If you knew my sorrow, then you would forgive. Since you've been gone, my love, my heart in pain. It's a pain that won't heal for as long as I feel. You won't return my love. If you still feel that way, then we'll have to part. But I'll shed a million tears and be left with a broken heart. If you still feel that way, then we'll have to part. But I'll shed a million tears and be left with a broken heart. Thank you.
Willie Winfield, the harp tones, Raoul Cedar, and all those great singers, Paul. No, I'll tell you, it's just amazing. Milton, who were your idols in this business?
Well, in the gospel, it was the Soul Stirrers.
Yeah.
And the Five Keys come out on top.
Oh, yeah. Bernie and all
Right.
the guys, Rudy West and the guys.
Mhm.
Just an amazing sound.
Yes.
Ingrams and all. Al Grant, Quarter Vans. Tell me a little bit about that group. You
Yeah,
sang
I
with
sang
them.
with the Quarter
Come on,
Vans.
baby, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
You did a
Come
couple
On.
of songs.
Beg your pardon?
You did a couple of songs.
Yeah, Come On Baby and My Heart.
Yeah.
And we sang, we were, like you said, like we were talking about before, 13, 14 years old, that's all.
Yeah.
We were saying we loved it. That's all we did was
And where did you come
sit
from?
on the corner.
Which part of the
Sugar Hill, 146th Street
Uh-huh.
and Amsterdam. They call it the Sugar Hill.
Yeah.
And a lot of great groups from up there. The Valentines, the Pretenders, Happy Organ.
TV Baby Cortez.
Oh, Baby
Yeah,
Cortez.
Baby
Yep.
Okay. Jimmy, I can't think of his name now.
What group is he
The
from?
Pretenders? No.
Jimmy Jones?
Jimmy Jones?
Jimmy Jones, yeah.
The Pretenders.
Yeah, Pretenders,
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
Pretenders. But he also made Handyman.
Yep.
Good timing.
And Time.
A good time. Yeah.
Who were the
Yeah, it was
original
great.
members of the Quarter Vans?
Well, we go back way back there. There's Ronnie Angelo, Alvin Hassel, and here's another Alvin, Alvin Grant,
Mm-hmm.
and back.
Who was
that
the lead
far.
singer? Who was the lead with the high voice?
Spencer Martin. He was the lead singer, and he kept the group together. He had that G note, Frankie Lyman.
Yeah, great voice. That guy had a
and he kept
great
us together.
voice.
But unfortunately, he got sick and he passed away, and we just didn't have the heart anymore. So
Right.
that was it.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to take a little break. When we come back, I want to invite you guys up to the stage to do some singing with me. We'll also talk to, of course, Ray Goodwin. And then it's solitaire time on a Mickey B Jukebox Review. Hang in. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Prince of Rock and Roll right here at MadhouseTV.com.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful framed prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Right back here with Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll, a great Tuesday night, and talking about some great music. Don't forget our Hall of Fame rock and roll show coming up June 28th at the Patchogue Theater, starring Hall of Famers Charlie Thomas's Drifters, the legendary Teenagers, Shirley Olsen Reeves, the Shirelles and the Girls, the Knockouts will be there, Cleveland Still and the Dubs, Al Hanfield's Limelights, Manhattan Skyline, Somewhere in Time, and Still in Style. Make sure you get your tickets right away by calling 516-822-9612. 516-822-9612. That's a Saturday from Saturday. That's what it is. Right now we're here with the Solitaires, and hey, Ray Goodwin, we didn't get a chance to talk to you, but you were the great group called the Five Jades, am I right?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Where my lead singer was Spencer Jackson.
Okay.
And the rest of us, all of us from Morris High School.
Yeah, that's great.
And after leaving them, I decided, I said, well, I didn't really want to sing anymore until I got my cousin in.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin got me to be singing again with
Yeah.
the Exhilarations.
Okay.
And then after I finished with them, not finished with them, but Champ
Yeah.
from several groups.
Waldo Champion.
Mhm.
That's right. He came and called me, and he says, there's a group, the Solitaires. They are looking for a tenor voice. And here I am now.
That's how it happened. Okay.
That's how it
And Milton Love, we're all set to do a little Solitaires music. What song are we going to be doing?
South to the border.
South to the Border, down Mexico way. Here we are. Take it away, Maestro. The Solitaires.
South of the border, down Mexico way. Oh, that's where I first saw the night I saw her. The music was tender, sweet as the wine. South of the border, down Mexico way. South of the border, I'm going your way. Ah, that's where I first fell in love around the stars. The stars came out. She was standing in the corner, laughing at me. Oh, south of the border, down Mexico way. Ooh, take it easy. Hey, Anella Mercy. Ooh, you going too slow? Hey, boy. Up to the bubbling pot. Hey, Anella Mercy. How are you going too slow? Hey, you're going too slow. How you biting my finger? Oh, let me think. How you going to? Wow, let's do this whole thing over.
No, you never have to worry about screwing up on live TV, because that's what we are, live right here. That's fantastic stuff. Let me-
Perfect at rehearsal, and now I screwed it up again.
That happens like that sometimes.
And especially, I tell you, you had me dancing that samba over there, a little music. That was fantastic. Absolutely great sound. I love that sound. You know what the best part about it is? You know, when you do live stuff, that's what it is. There's no editing here. We have fun. Just like you're on the street corners. This is what it's about. A lot of fun. Having fun. Hey, you know what I want to hear? You do a song called Remember Me, Baby, right? Is it? No. Please Remember. Please Remember My Heart.
Yeah.
Can you do that for me, Milton? How'd that song come about? Please Remember My Heart.
Originally.
Talking to that microphone there. Yeah.
Originally, Herman did the first rendition of it, and High Weiss put it in his mind. He wanted to hear it again.
And he wanted me to do the second release, so I did the second release. We did it twice.
You did it twice.
Yes, and they were both very good recordings.
Okay, you all set to do it for me now?
All set.
Here we go. Take it away. The Solitaires.
Please remember my heart. Oh, well, darling, you're an angel. You're everything to me. Sorry, my darling, I couldn't see. Please give me one more chance. Let me come back and stay. I swim the deepest ocean to be by your side. Sorry, darling, I couldn't try. Please give me one more chance. Please remember my many times I've been doubtful with this new love affair. Let my love be near you again, my darling. I love you so. Well, I do. Yes, I do. Really believe in you. Won't you come back and give me one more chance? Please remember my heart. Whoa, please, please remember my heart.
Milton, you do it so well. I don't know how you could break into that falsetto. Just tremendous. But when you hear a pro like you, it's outrageous, man. You are really a gift. You got a gifted voice. Just a great thing. You know what we're gonna do right now? We're gonna go back to our videos. How's that, Paulie? We're gonna talk about an old town recording group, and they're called Larry Chance and the Earls, and something called I Believe. Watch this one.
You may readily recognize these two men. You can tell by their uniforms that they belong together. That's Robert. That's Johnny.
Turn out
Fellas, you can be real proud. Took a long time. Lots of good luck to you. Excuse me just a second.
Well, of course, that wasn't Larry Chance, but that could have been Larry Chance disguised as Robert and Johnny. We belong together on the Old Town record label, but that's what live television is here with Mickey B, the Prince of Rock and Roll, which makes me totally successful because I'm always wrong on this show, you know what I mean? So that's what we have here. If I'd be right, I'd be somewhere else. I'd be doing the NBC TV show tonight. Anyway, we're going to take a little break. We have Madhouse TV with MickeyB.com on Mickey B's Jukebox Review. Don't go away. We'll be right back. It's doo-wop on Mickey B's Jukebox Review tonight with the Solitaires, the Walking Along group, and they're here with us. And Milton Love, let's do another one. I know you guys do something called Blue Valentine. I think Don Cruz is on lead on this, right?
Yes.
Take it away, the Solitaires.
Through the place on the face of this card that I send, you can read one simple line. I love you, only you, though you don't love me too. You're my blue Valentine. You've been part of my heart since the night that we met. Though you never said you're mine, now you've gone far away. There's no more I can say than I'm blue Valentine. I wish I could send you roses that promise of love in spring, but the story I've heard discloses is that you wear someone else's ring. Though I don't write my name, you'll know just the same. Look below the lace design for the teardrops that fall. Spell the name you recall on my blue Valentine.
And Ray Goodwin, that sounds fantastic. What a great song. Paulie, I tell you, when you hear harmony like that, it's just tremendous. It's beautiful. Yeah. We're going to do another great song right now. This is the one called The Angels Sang. We're all set. Solitaires.
The angels sang when you return to me, and now I'm filled with joy. The angels sang when you return to me, and now I'm filled with joy. For you're back with me. I was so all alone, dear, longing day by day. It's so good to have you home, dear. The angels sang when you return to me, and now I'm filled with joy. For you are back with me. Bum,
That sound right there, the angels sang, and boy, those high notes are really something there, Melton, huh?
Yes, they are.
You've been doing that song for a long, long, long time, right?
Yeah, a long time.
Paulie could do those songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you can.
When was that, 1957?
Yes, yes, it was.
About 1957, eh, Red Cruz? 18 years, yeah.
What are you trying to say? Okay.
Let me just say this, time is going by fast now, so we got to get this last song in.
Okay.
But this happened to be a song that I remember 15 years old. I was on the street corners and everybody was singing Walking Along.
Yeah.
You heard that foot stomping over there with the shoes, whatever it was, right? Everybody was going, whoa, 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 whoa. And then there was a big song came up, and Kenny Vance did it over in his album, the Walking Along, and he did that
Diamonds
also.
did it also.
Diamonds did it too, big thing. And I want to thank, of course, let me just read so I don't forget, Milton Love and Don Cruz and Frank Morrow and Al Grant and Ray Goodwin. Guys, thanks for being on Mickey B.
Very welcome.
Jukebox Review
Thanks
tonight.
for having us.
And don't forget, it's always live TV.
Live,
That's what it's all about.
gotcha. I'll remember that.
That's like Jeter. Jeter's alive, and if it's a homer, he does it. If he strikes out, down to the dugout. That's
Okay,
it.
there you
But they
go.
still know he's a pro. You know
Gotcha.
that, Don, right?
Okay.
All right, until the next time, from Paul Aronte, Mickey B, Frankie D down in Port St. Lucie, Florida, and all the solitaires, we're going to be walking along right now. Take it away. Thank you, Milton.
You're welcome. Walking along my merry way, singing a song I will begin. I found my love, and love is here to stay. Whoa, 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 walking along, just feeling glad, singing a song I won't be sad. Oh, happy day, I'm just walking along. When I'm walking, feel just like a king. When I'm singing, don't care about a thing. Reason I feel the way I do. You love me, oh I love you. Oh, walking along,
Yes, we did. Yes.
Got there a little bit of that's the old bathroom sound, we call it. But anyway, we're all set. Until the next time, yeah, you got it right now. Ready? Take it away. Let's hear that last song.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go home. I hate to leave you, I really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.